We are. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's good to be back with you. Hey, this is Brian Ayers, aka Uncle B, and today we are going to be talking about something that's highly important, very important. Let me adjust this a little bit, get a little height on me, so that we're all healthy and all that good stuff. We're going to be talking about blood flow. Hugely important. Hugely important. I am glad to see folks on the call already. Let's go ahead and get into some things. Of course, this is what we do here on this channel. We talk about sexual health for men. And if you're in the chat room, go ahead, just let me know where you're coming in from. I'd appreciate that. Hey, what's going on? Damon, what's going on? Good to see you again there, brother. We are going to have ourselves a good time. We already got a question in there from Kenneth. Kenneth, I'm going to get to you in just a little bit. What's going on with you, Anthony? Good to see you there. And as always, I want to give a shout out to my team, the folks who are behind the scenes, making sure that we get all this goodness going on, that I stay on task, that things work out. And just one thing that, we're all very much aware of is that we have the worldwide, and so there are new strains of the worldwide, which is going to be causing more problems. So, it's best to get to your healthiest self right now. Get healthy now. And, one good thing about that is that spring and summer is going to be off the chain, because as soon as people are able to get out, it's going to be very interesting. So you want to be, at your best at that point. So take this time, take this winter of discontent to get your stuff together. But yeah, tonight we're talking about what I call the blood flow vital 11. It's those 11 things that you need to have going on in your life on the regular, so that you can have a good life, that you can have a good sex life, you can have your blood flow, you don't have the erection issues and all that good stuff. Hey, what's going on? Hassan, Michigan in the house. All right, Junior Pierre, Palm Beach, Florida. All right, love it. Red ginseng. Okay, we're gonna get to you, Hassan. All right, what's going on with you, Juan? Good to have everybody on board. Hey, if you have not done so already, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up sign so we can make sure we get the YouTube to work with us, get this video out to as many guys as possible. We want everybody to be healthy, you included, me included. All right, Wichita, what's going on, Alan? Hey, Albert, Mr. Young, how's it going? Steven, Oklahoma is in the house. Love it. We coming from Hyattsville, Maryland, right outside of Washington, D.C., which is on lockdown right now. But that's a completely different show. All right, let's go ahead and hop into it. Keith, what's up with you? What's up? Mike Brown, what? Ohio, in the house. Tyrone Brooks, love it. All right, good to see all of y'all. Keith, Mr. Payne, love it. All right, so tonight we're going to talk about increasing that blood flow and how that helps with your health and your energy and just having stronger erections, and above all, avoiding erectile dysfunction. We don't want to have that in our lives. We want to be able to function the way that you want to without a problem. So I'm going to break down those vital 11 blood flow issues. The great thing is that 8 of them are completely free, and 1 of them is instantaneous. It just works automatically. So once again, this is Brian, aka Uncle B. For the last 21 years now. I've been a sexual performance coach with African Fly, the liquid aphrodisiac. And so with all of that, I learned a lot. I want to share that information with you. And so tonight, specifically, we're going to be talking about the main factors in blood flow movement and how you should think about it. And this is very important because you want to work this into your entire lifestyle and how these 11 things work. As always, a video came out earlier today. If you missed that, the video came out at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you get that information. I'm going to go through the stuff that we had from that video earlier to make sure, I get it all out. There's some extra things that, typically we don't have enough time in video to get in. So I want to make sure you get that information. So, EJ, will blood flow increase your size? Yeah. Very much so. You need it. All right. Over Brooklyn in the house, without a doubt. Will Smith is on. How is it good for people with diabetes? Oh yeah. Yeah, very important for guys with diabetes. I'll hop into that in a moment. So let's go ahead and break this down. So when we're talking about blood flow, the condition of your blood vessels, that's very important. I mean, it's like living pipes that move, it changes over time. They're living pipes. So if they are weak, then the blood is not being helped along. If they're clogged, then it takes longer to move things along. You're slowing down your body. And in both cases, you have less nitric oxide to move things along. So just to get it, if this is your vein, your blood vein, and inside of here, there's a coating, your endothelia, and it releases nitric oxide. For my guys who go to the gym, you know what nitric oxide is, because you probably been popping them pills and thinking like, oh, I got nitric oxide. No, your body's already making it. You just need to take care of your body, and it will keep on giving that nitric oxide. So you get the blood flow going. Nitric oxide increases, it dilates the veins, so it allows blood to flow through. And if you don't have this together, all of this, it's a downward spiral. If your blood flow is not working, it's a downward spiral on your health overall. So you want to make sure you're always paying attention to it. The condition of your blood. This is also important because, hey, you got the pipes and then you have stuff moving through it. And if it's sticking together, your blood platelets can stick together. And if it's sticking together, it's not going through smoothly. Your blood isn't flowing correctly. And it also shows that there is not enough oxygen going on with that. So you need more oxygen to your system. The condition of your body, of course, that makes a difference. So, all of this plays in together. When we're talking about your organs, when we're talking about your liver, your kidneys, your spleen, all of these things are soaked with your blood, and they need to be functioning correctly for everything to be functioning correctly for you. Where is that coming from? Okay. We got random sounds coming. All right. Yeah. And also the condition of your body, obviously that's important when we're talking about your muscles. So we're going to go deeper into the muscles. If your muscles are not conditioned, then it's going to be harder for your blood to flow through. And so, just think about it. If you don't move, what happens? You ever seen someone who has been bedridden? If they don't move, your body literally starts falling apart. They actually have to move you around on the bed. Otherwise, all types of things go wrong from your skin and everything else because your blood is not flowing. Hey, what's going on, Marcus? What's going on, Fred? Appreciate you joining us here. How you make your salad. Okay, we're going to talk about that too. We're going to talk about the salad. Okay, so let's talk about how you should think about this. Your blood flow needs help to flow. Once again, that laying down thing, there's no help to flow. Your body, your heart is going to pump, but it needs that help. So if you're taking medication for blood flow, there's a huge problem there. Because first of all, if you have to take medication to get your blood to flow, well, that's horrible for you and great for the pill companies because they can sell you more and more. That's because if your blood isn't flowing, you're going to die. So obviously they can keep selling you blood flow pills forever. So you don't want to get trapped in that circle. You want to take the things I'm saying, put it into your life so you can avoid being addicted to these drugs, and now call it opioids. Back in the day, we just straight called it drugs. You're a drug addict. And if you have blood flow issues, you have a lifestyle issue. It isn't like, let me get another pill. It is, you have a blood flow issue. What's going on, Zacchaeus? Mr. Williams in the house. Levi. All right. Good to see you there, sir. Arginine. Yeah, gotcha. All right. So once again, if you're not getting this blood flow, you are on the downward spiral. And what does a downward spiral lead to? It's a straight pattern. We're talking about you got aches, then you got pains, then you have to go to the doctor. What's the doctor going to do? It's going to tell you about some pills, and they're going to give you the pills. And if you don't do this stuff correctly, then it leads to surgery. And then, of course, you have to keep going back to the hospital. All of this ends up being with what? Bills. Just because you don't have your blood flow going correctly. Your insurance is going to go up. All of the things that can possibly go wrong when your blood isn't flowing. So let's get your blood flowing. So we're going to talk about, here's the blood flow vital 11. So we have deep breathing, fluid intake, eating well, getting the proper herbs, sleep, exercise, yoga, muscle relaxation, taking a break. Take a goddamn break, man. Massages and smoke breaks. So we're going to talk about all of those. I'm going to break them down really quickly here. I see we already got a bunch of questions in the chat room. Ooh, EJ, that's a funny one. Deep breathing is by far the most important thing there is you can do. This is that number one thing I was saying, that it is not only free, but it's the fastest thing. Obviously, if you can't breathe, all your blood flow stops. So you're surrounded with this energy that we call air. You're designed to inhale it. So the deeper you're breathing in, it has huge effects on it. When I talk about deep breathing, did a video on it before. Make sure you check that out. But we're talking about inhaling when your stomach expands out like a baby. And the reason for that is because your rib cage enclose your lungs. So when you breathe, your lungs are going down. It pushes your diaphragm down and it moves your stomach out, just like a baby. Most of us breathe up here in our chest. So, it's chest breathing, stress breathing. So you want to be able to breathe and let your lungs expand as much as possible. What does that do? It gives your stomach an internal massage that helps your immune system. It helps flush out toxins, and above all, in terms of blood flow, the great thing that it does, it gives more oxygen to your blood. You get more oxygen to your blood. It stops sticking together. The blood plates will start sticking together. It starts to flow better. And this isn't like some mystery breathing technique. It is literally breathing in, breathing out. That's it. That is literally it. So you can do that right now. In fact, I encourage you to start breathing. For some guys, you may start feeling a little lightheaded because you haven't haven't been doing this enough. And one of the things that for people that smoke cigarettes, they get that hit of the nicotine, but also you're breathing in deeper than you normally do. So that's the reason why so many people stay with smoking cigarettes. So let's keep going though. When you're breathing out, you're actually breathing out waste. I always say when you're losing weight, where does it go? It's coming out of your breath. 84% is coming out of your breath. So that's waste that's coming out, CO2. So let's get into the other thing, water intake. Water intake, obviously very huge because you're basically made of water. So you want to get as much water in. We're not talking about sugar drinks. We're not talking about sodas. Less so with fruit juice. If you're going to get the fruit juice, try to get it fresh squeezed, organic, as close to the real deal as possible. And of course, don't go overboard with it. And energy drinks are out. Stop it. Stop. I don't care if you add alcohol to it or not. It's just making it worse. Stop with the energy drinks. Your body is designed to have energy. If you need to take an energy drink, two things. One, it's addictive. Two, it's not helping your body. It's slowing down your blood flow. And what does this feel like when you don't have enough water in your system? It feels like you're in a desert. You're going to feel anxious. You're going to feel fear, like what's going on, insecurity, and depression, because your internal body is saying, I'm in a desert. What's going on? We need water. So make sure you get that water into your system. And also with the water intake, the way to tell as far as the water is just looking at your urine. Go take a whiz and you will see. If your urine is light yellow pale, that's great. You have as much water in your system as you need. If it's dark yellow or syrupy, get to some water. Hey, Corey, how's it going there, sir? All right. All right, we'll talk about that in a second. All right. And also just remember, your body is mostly water. You're talking about 60% of your body is water as an adult. Your bones, which we think are just hard, they're actually 31% water. Lungs, 83% water. That's how we're sucking in that water, sucking in that air, that oxygen, helping with that H2O. And of course, your blood is 92% water. Okay. And so you want to eat as much water as possible. Fruits and vegetables, mainly fruits. Especially when we talk about peaches, mangoes, pineapples, they're 80% water. And the melons, watermelons, they're 90% water. So it's great, especially when we talk about watermelon has a lot of L-citrulline in it, very good for your system. It's called the natural Viagra for a reason. It has a lot of water in it. And so when we talk about different herbs, I'll just quick Samaj Jackson. Yes, African Fly is on Amazon. Check us out there. When we talk about herbs, let's talk about some of the basic ones. We're talking about ginger. Ginger aids in digestion. It's actually one of the herbs that's in African Fly. Gotu kola decreases blood pressure in your veins. So that's a good thing. So it opens up your veins to allow more blood to go through. Cayenne is an aid in digestion and it improves circulation. We have thyme and turmeric. All of these different herbs work in terms of helping with your blood flow. Hey, Jarius, what's going on with you? Okay. And of course, African Fly. Ting. Hold on, let me get it right there. There we go. African Fly, it does help with increasing your testosterone and increasing your blood flow. That is the reason why it's highly recommended for making sure your erections stay strong and healthy. All right. When it comes to sleep, sleep is highly important, highly underrated by a lot of people. You know, it's like, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Well, you're going to reach that point sooner than necessary. So sleep is actually repair mode. And that's what you need. You need the repair mode for your body. So poor sleep can lead to a buildup of cholesterol, fats, and other substances in your arteries. So you want to make sure you're getting that good sleep. This causes the arteries to harden and restrict blood flow. One study shows that less than 6 hours of sleep per night can increase the risk of building up arteriosclerosis by 27%. So you don't want your veins to get harder and smaller. That's leading to an early demise. And it's not necessary. So go ahead and get your sleep. This is one recommendation I have for sleep that I'm using a lot now. You can just hop on to YouTube Music, type in binaural beats. It's BINAURAL, binaural beats. They have it for focus. They have it for sleep. I use it for sleep. It is amazing. You know, it's just a tone, just tones, and it just helps you. It helps you a lot to go to sleep. All right, so let's go from the sleep side to the exercise side, because exercise is king when it comes to blood flow. Breathing is God. Exercise is king. So movement moves blood. Very simple. So the more you're moving, the more blood you have to have moving, the more your body is going to adjust and repair with that situation. So you want that. And the most important thing, we always talk about high intensity interval training because that's good for increasing your testosterone. Lifting heavy is good for increasing your testosterone. But when it comes down to it, I don't care if you're just walking, as long as you're being consistent. Consistency is the key, because, you know, you're just telling your body, the more stress you're adding to your body's like, oh, okay, I think I know what to do now. I need to adapt to this stress by improving blood flow. So that's what you want to do. Make sure you get that in. And one exercise routine that you should definitely get into, especially as you get older, is yoga. Yoga gets your blood flowing. It's very important to get that yoga in. It has relaxation. It helps you relax. So your circulation is better. It helps with movement of oxygen through your cells, better functioning cells as a result. And also all that twisting that you're doing is bringing fresh oxygen to your organs. So you want to make sure you get your yoga in. And just some of the positions, you know, that downward dog position where you have your hips above your heart, above your head, that's called inversion. So basically now you have blood flowing the opposite direction than when you're just standing up or just laying down. So the different movements in yoga very much help with blood flow. And just as another thing for yoga, they say in Ayurvedic medicine that you measure your age by your flexibility. I believe that's very true, because if you look at someone who's older, they typically are much stiffer. So you want to avoid that. That stiffness just shows a stiffness of arteries and veins. Blood flow. Let's get the blood flow going. All right. Muscle relaxation. This is important and it's easy to do. This is one of those free things right now. You can do that breathing. You can do this relaxation. Just think about it in terms of like, am I tense? A lot of times we sit in positions and don't even think about it. Relax your shoulders. I mean, when you're doing meditation, typically they do a body check. We're talking about relax your forehead, relax your eyebrows, relax your eyes, relax your nose, relax your mouth, relax your neck, going all the way down, relax your left pinky toe. You need it all to be relaxed. And, you know, if you need to take a hot shower, you know, things like that, you want to keep your body relaxed so the blood is flowing and you don't get too tense. And one other thing that's very important is to take a break. Yeah, take a break. Your job is still going to be there. All the headaches that go on in life are still going to be there. You do need to take your time for you. It's highly important. You know, do a staycation. You know, go to an Airbnb, you know, you want to get into some meditation, get into prayer, get your music on, whatever it takes for you to get better. Because if you don't do this stuff, you are going to end up with blood flow that's not going to be working for you. You're going to get older, stiffer, faster. It's that simple. All right. Luis Hernandez. Oh, yeah, we're going to get to you this, sir. All right. Massage is one of the things you have to pay for. Out of these 11 things, 8 things you don't have to pay for. This you want to pay for. And I know, you know, oh, my girl, she gives me massages and I give her massages. We're not talking about that type of massage. We're talking about the type of massage where you have to go study. I didn't even realize this. I had a friend who went to massage school. I didn't even know there was such a thing as massage school. But, you know, if you do massage incorrectly, you can actually injure a person, especially if you're trying to do that deep kneading and Swedish massage, sports massage, Thai massage, all these, there's several different massage types. And you want to have someone who's experienced in it so you don't get injured. Very important. And also smoking. When it comes to smoking, don't. And we know about nicotine, we know about its effects, the cancer, all this other kind of stuff. But the one thing in terms of blood flow, smoking does slow down your blood flow. And it harms the arteries. So now you have thicker blood going through damaged arteries. When it comes to erections, that's horrible. And you need the blood flow. You need everything to be working down there correctly. So make sure you're following these steps and also getting off of that. Now, someone from the comment section earlier had asked, from the release of the video earlier today, asked about smoking an occasional cigar. It's not what you do some of the time. It's what you do all of the time. So, you know, if I have a cigar like once a week, once every 2 weeks, no problem. If you're smoking daily, huge problem. If you're smoking every other day, huge problem because you're doing it all the time. You want to cut back as much as possible. I understand you want to live your life, enjoy, but you also want to live. So you want to live in a healthy state. So let me go ahead and break this down in conclusion so we can get to these great questions. Oh, yeah. Man, I have not seen that. I smoke herb trees. Is that bad? Ooh, I'm going to talk about that in a second, sir. I'm going to get you. All right. So in conclusion, so the deep breathing, fluid intake, eating well, obviously eating well, herbs. You want to get those herbs that I talked about, the thyme, African fly, all of those different things for you. You want to get your exercise in, obviously get that yoga in. Sleep, highly important, of course. You want that muscle relaxation. You can do that right now. You do that breathing. You can relax your muscles right now. And of course, take that break. And while you're taking a break, go ahead and get a massage. All of that will work. And when it comes to smoking, you don't want to do that. You want to stop all bad habits, but especially with the smoking. So there we go. So let me just say this right quick before I hop into the questions. Of course, as always, please go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. You know, the more people we have spreading the word about, you know, how men need to be healthy. I was actually having a conversation earlier and it's sort of weird. It took me a long time to get used to being a sexual performance coach and actually getting on YouTube and talking about it because, you know, I got a family. And it's like, what are you doing with this? But then as I talk to more guys and I'm realizing that a lot of this information has been missing. People have been getting sick, have had problems in the bedroom, didn't know what was going on. We need to spread this word because there's not a lot of people talking about it. For ladies, they have shows and they will talk about everything, you know, they talk about tampons, all this other kind of stuff. As soon as a guy steps up and starts talking about an erection, it's like, oh my God, no. Why are you talking about erections? It's like, yo, we have to live would you want your father, your brother, your son, your uncle to not have their information so they can live a healthy life? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure where the stigma came from, but we need to end that right away. If you want to check out africanfly.com to get more information about African Fly, we also have the videos up there. We also have blogs. We're actually going to be increasing the number of blogs coming out. We want to make sure you guys get as much information as possible. So, and also look out for the book Go Hard. We're finishing everything up to get that out to you guys. Go Hard. In the book, I'm talking about a lot of information. Some of the stuff I'm saying here, I know it sort of flies past. We're talking. We want to get it down to print. So I made it, it's less than 100 pages. I wanted it to be as easy and as digestible as possible. You can just go through a chapter like, oh yeah, I forgot to do that. That's what I need to do. That's what I wrote the book for. So that's enough of that. Let's get into these questions. Hey, and I appreciate all of y'all with these questions. All right. All right, let's get into it. Oh, all right. So here we go. Kenneth Brown, black seed oil or BLK maca oil work? I would say yes. I got some black seed oil right over there in my cabinet. Here's the thing that I say about all herbs. A lot of times, people are like, I just want to get this specific herb. Does this herb work? Your body is different from anybody else's body on the entire planet. So you're going to have to try it out. A lot of things work for a lot of people. For some people, not as effective. It also depends on what stage of life that you're in. Different herbs have different types of effects on you. They're in the same class, like ashwagandha and maca are sort of in that same class. If they can help as a libido, but ashwagandha does it a different way in terms of relaxing you, and maca gives you more energy. So it just depends on what you're doing. So yeah, I would definitely say, go ahead and try the black seed oil. Be consistent with it. When I say be consistent, it's like first you want to test and just make sure it's okay with your system. Don't go overboard all at once, but over a period of time, these are herbs. They're not pills where it's like, oh yeah, pills are designed to do one thing and the rest of it will be fucked up. That's just the way pills work. So you want to be very careful with that. Mr. Brown also asked, do sit-ups work? Yeah. Yeah. You definitely want to get whichever exercises, and you want to be consistent with those exercises. So that makes a huge difference. Oh, okay. I'm going to get that as a cryo chamber question. That's a good one. Will blood flow increase your size? EJ asked that question, and yes, blood flow will increase your size. Now, when I say increase your size, I did a video about penis enlargement. We're not talking about doing that whole increase yourself 4 inches in 4 days, because you're going to a hospital for that. There's no part of your body should be going 4 inches in 4 days. But in terms of being able to increase your size by 20 to 30%, because typically most men are sitting down, they're not moving enough, not getting enough blood flow. When you're sitting down, you're actually sort of separating the top half and the bottom half of your body. So the blood flow sort of stagnates. So you want to do whatever exercises to be consistent to get more blood flow going. All right. Is red ginseng supplement good for sexual strength? Yeah. Yeah. That's one of those ones. Once again, you want to try it out just to see how it works for you. How is it good for people with diabetes? What is good for diabetics? All right. So one of the issues with diabetes is that for most guys who have diabetes issues, they also have low testosterone. So you want to increase your level of testosterone. Obviously, with African Fly, it helps increase your testosterone. One of the early investors in the company was a diabetic and a family friend. And so he used African Fly and it worked for him. So that can work. But when we're talking about diabetes, I always say this to people who ask me that question. Please realize that you can be cured of diabetes. I know the industry is telling you, no, that's impossible. Keep buying our stuff. Yeah, you can be cured of you can be healed of diabetes. The reason why I say you can be healed and not cured, because cured means it's not going to come back. Healed means that you did the right things. You changed your lifestyle, so it's gone away. And as long as you keep doing that, it'll stay away. Okay. What about Ronald? What about people who have to take injections in the penis to get an erection? Ouch! Um, that's not a good thing because it's a temporary fix. So it's sort of like Viagra. It's like that Viagra, once again, it's a pill that's supposed to do one thing and it fucks up everything else. So, if you're just if you're doing that, that's the symptom. Not having an erection is a symptom. You need to take care of the causes of that, which could be the ECS system I always talking about, ESEIS, energy, sleep, exercise, intermittent fasting, and your soul. So if you're off on these 5 categories in any direction, if you're, you can do everything good and only sleep for 3 hours. Your testosterone didn't get a chance to build while you were asleep. You're going to run into a ton of other problems. So, you want to do as much as possible to heal yourself so you don't have that issues. Junior, Pierre, how do you make your salad? Oh, here is the thing about salads. I'm glad you asked that question. So I really love salads, and I've started loving them even more because, hey, Vance, can you hand me my rack? Oh, yeah, that one. I've been meaning to show this before for a while. Here we go. Boom. This is how you make a salad. You see these herbs? These are nothing but herbs. This is not seasoning. Seasoning tends to be, you have a whole bunch of salt added into, Lowry seasoning type of stuff. They just add salt in with the herbs. When you get into straight herbs added to the salad, it changes up the texture, the taste. You can dump it in there. I mean, I go through my spice racks pretty quickly. And also one thing that people don't do, they don't add salt to their salad. Salt to salad? That's impossible. Yeah. Why would you not add salt to salad? You add salt to everything else. So the issue with salt, of course, is we tend to have too much of it. Salt is not bad for your body, but when you have too much of it, it's bad for your body. But in terms of, you have the goodness of a salad, the leafy vegetables, all this great stuff, season it up, make it taste good. All right. So here we go. What's the difference with nitric oxide veins and high blood pressure veins? Both opens if you're on blood pressure medicines. That's a good one. What's the difference with nitric oxide veins? No veins. I'm sorry. You're saying no veins or not? No veins and high blood pressure veins. Both opens if you're on blood pressure medicines. Okay. I don't want to speak too much to this because we're talking about medication. And I am not a doctor and I don't play one on YouTube. So what you really want to do, when it comes down to it, is try to get off the blood pressure medications. Once again, it's going to help in one area of life, but in the other area of life, it's going to cause problems. Whenever you hear those commercials before, remember back when those commercials, the medication commercials first came out, and you have to remember, United States and I think the Netherlands are the only 2 countries that allow these commercials to come out, medication commercials, because you don't go to a corner drug dealer and ask them, hey man, what kind of crack should I use today? No. So we have commercials telling you to go to your doctor and, what's that thing that they know about? You constantly hear about doctors saying you keep reading about diseases and you develop it. It's because it's in your head. Well, someone's constantly telling, do you have a problem? Blah, blah, blah. And you're like, yeah, I do. Well, the problem is that you need this drug. No, it's not. You need to go to sleep. You need some exercise. You need to relax. But yeah, you want to be very careful with medications because it went from we got the TV commercials to remember the TV commercials used to say the bad stuff really fast. May cause. Now they take their time and got somebody running through fields and stuff like that, being all happy and on some drugs. So you have to be very careful. These people are they want your monies. That's for real. They want your monies. All right. F busy. What's going on with Archie? Your message got retracted. Please ask that question again. What's going on with you, Tyrone? All right, Junior. Glad you like that answer. All right. What is your what if you're taking citrulline and L-arginine? They're both great. They're both great. I hope you're getting it from a natural source. Watermelon being a great one. And Nikki, can you go back to that right quick? I want to make sure I answer that correctly. Yeah, so both of those. The increased nitric oxide, as I mentioned before, that nitric oxide needs to be in your system to move the blood along. And so you're going to get positive effects from it. That's the reason why they have the different pills they have pills for everything. And it's not, you can just get it from the food. All right. And, stimulating protein synthesis, decreasing amino acid breakdown. That's the reason why a lot of people are very into these things for muscle growth. All right. Let's go. Good question, Levi. Does metformin cause ED? So metformin leads to significant reduction in testosterone levels, sex drive, and indication of low testosterone induced erectile dysfunction. So basically, you want to be careful with metformin. It's all it is to it. You want to get away from as many of these drugs as possible. So yeah, there are a lot of medications that cause erectile dysfunction or weaker erections or lower libido. Once again, they are there for one thing and one thing only. So, and you have to, a lot of people are just like, I'm just going to take my doctor's word. We now have this thing called the internet. You are now on it and you can get a ton of information and look for alternatives. Don't just take the person's word. I'm not saying don't listen to your doctor. Doctors are great at diagnosing, but when it comes to prescriptions, that's what they're taught to do. They're not taught to get, your medication is your food. Let your food be your medicine. They don't believe that at all. Let your pill be your medicine. It's not a good idea. All right. Mr. Mallet. I'm a virgin. I couldn't get it up with this girl. People say it might be porn or porn-induced erectile dysfunction, and others say I may just be nervous and was scared. What can I do? Okay. Yeah. Relax. Things happen. You want to make sure unfortunately, since we're not having a full conversation, I can't get the full background on it. But when it comes to porn can cause a bunch of issues. And the issue really right now is that, you can, with your phone, see most guys within 3 years of looking at porn, you've probably seen more women naked than you've seen alive in your life. So obviously this is not the way that nature intended it. The reason why the reason why you're looking at porn, the reason why you're masturbating is because you want to have sex. Not a problem. That's what you're here for. The job and everything else is just a subset of your ability to, you want to have sex. So you want to be very careful, though, when you're watching too much porn. You're actually desensitizing yourself because the things that are happening on the porn is, the woman looks great. And then she has her friend and then there's an octopus or something. I mean, it's crazy, man. It doesn't make any damn sense anymore. So it's overstimulating. Your dopamine is getting associated with the screen instead of with a human. So you're becoming desensitized. So I always tell guys to back away from the porn. The goal is to find a woman that you're sexually compatible with. So you don't have to go to porn. You can go to a person that you're really attracted to, that you really want to be with, who wants to be with you. Wonderful sex life. Off to the races. All right. Junior, I smoke weed. Is that bad? Yeah. No. Yeah. Here's the thing. Okay. With weed, it has an enhancing effect, but unfortunately, the weed that's sold nowadays typically has a very high level of THC. THC is not good for your erections. Also, inhaling anything into your lungs, doesn't matter what it is not good for you. Only thing you should be inhaling is air, not smoke, not fire this close to your lips. Put that roach down, man. So you want to back away from that. It's in the end, it's not going to be good for you. All the things that you're, thinking that, oh, wow, it's great for that. You'll notice that. Check out a lot of rappers who back in the day, and what Mace said, nah, Puff, I'm gonna die high. Yeah, they don't smoke anymore. Jay-Z, nope, nope. All these guys that get older and it's like, oh, nah, this isn't effective for your life. One of the things that happens when you smoke a lot, you come up with great ideas that don't make sense when you're sober. So, and you can't execute on the ideas. Weed slows you down, so it messes with your life overall. So, nah, it's not good for you. All right, Mr. Jackson, Gary, should African fly be taken with water? Yeah, I would suggest that African fly has a strong taste. We didn't cut it with anything. We want you to get the purity of it, and so. Yeah, you can add it to water. You can add it to, it's actually a liquid tea concentrate. You think about it, teas are herbs. And so this is a tincture. So it's the herbs have been strained through alcohol, just so you can get the essence of the herbs. So it's more powerful, but you can just go ahead and add it to hot water, drink it like a tea. Mark snapped. How long to deep breathe events? Getting lost over there. No, light. Like, there we go. Yeah, there we go. All right. So yeah. So how long to deep breathe? For the rest of your life. Yeah. I mean, there isn't really a reason not to do it. We've just been trained through stress over time not to do it. So even for myself, I have to remind myself, I have to think about it. One of the things I do as soon as I feel any level of stress, I've been training myself to just deep breathe. I'm looking for ways to have reminders already set up in my life. So coming to a red light, deep breathing. Well, that entire time and once you start doing it for a period of time, you'll notice that you stop thinking about it. You'll just be doing deep breathing. So it's something that you have to train yourself on. But when you say per session, one thing I do is, I'll do like 20 times just to get the process going. And, I don't do it anymore, but initially when I first started doing this, I would do this with my hands to, and it just helped me with a count. And so I hit my 20 and, it's off to the races. This isn't like, a special secret to deep breathing. It's just deep breathing. So, the more you do it, the more oxygen you're going to get in. The number one thing to remember is that your stomach needs to move in and out while you're doing that breathing. Okay. Michael Johnson, what about high blood pressure? Yeah, high blood pressure is not a great thing. That means that your veins are not in good condition and or your blood is really thick. So, and so your heart is really working hard to get blood throughout your body. And if you don't get the blood throughout your body, your organs are missing out on blood. Your brain is missing out on blood. So you want to get your veins to not be small, to get larger. And you do that with the exercise, with the sleep, with the getting the right herbs. African fly actually helps to dilate the veins, which helps with nitric oxide flow, blood flow, et cetera, et cetera. So, yep, you don't want to do that. All right, Mr. Hernandez. How about the guys that work third shift? I've been working third shift for 21 years. What can I do? What kind of advice do you have for them? So when you're saying third shift, I'm assuming that you're meaning that you're not getting sleep at night. I'm assuming. So basically, yeah, here are a couple of things to do. If you're sleeping during the day, you have odd sleeping patterns. You need to make your sleep quality as high as possible. As I mentioned earlier, binaural beats. You can just go on your phone, YouTube Music, search for binaural beats. They have some videos that are played for like 8 hours, and just have that playing at a low, pretty low, just enough you can hear it just a little bit and go to sleep to that. It'll help you go to sleep. You want to get what's the words? I keep calling them blindfolders, but basically it's a night mask. It's like you just put it over your eyes so you're not getting extra light in. Even when your eyelids are closed, light is coming through. And because we live in such an electrical situation, we have, your clock light is on. There's another light over here. There's a pineal gland right there in between your eyes, and it can sense light. And so it doesn't, if it's sensing light, it's like, hey, we're supposed to be awake. We're supposed to be paying attention. That's That's how you wake up. And so you want to make sure that your eyes are completely covered, so you get that higher quality of sleep. Try to be consistent with time you go to sleep. Don't drink and go to sleep. Don't smoke weed and go to sleep. Don't eat and go to sleep. You want to have your body as rested as possible when you go to sleep. That higher level of sleep that'll allow you to, whether you're on third shift or whatever, you'll be good. You'll be good. I hope that answers your question. All right. Corey, gotcha, man. What is considered a hard erection exactly? I see in adult movies that erections point toward the sky. Should my erections be parallel, pointing to the ground, or pointing to the ceiling? Ideally, 45-degree angle. It should be pointing up. And this typical in everyone's body is different, so it doesn't apply to everyone, but that shows that your core is tight also. So if you have a loose stomach, then your erections are not going to be at the height that it should be. And one of the things about your erection being up like this is that the woman's clitoris, and woman is different also, is sitting there at the top. So if you're up, you're actually rubbing that clitoris. She's getting more sensation out of it. Yeah, get that core tight there, brother. Will Smith, Fresh Prince. How can you start a diet to go with your blood type? Well, first of all, you just need to know your blood type. But there are diets for that. We actually work with a chef, Chef Shao. Yeah, I always say his name. Sorry, sir. But we're probably going to start working with him soon again, because that's one of the things he does. He works with athletes and he matches their blood type with their diet. And so that does have a huge effect. Chef Shao. Thanks, Nikki. So yeah, we'll have more information on that. We'll probably do another segment. We did that in the webinar with him. Okay. We talked about the metaform with Tyrone. All right. What about people who have sickle cell, which is a blood issue? Unfortunately, I can't speak directly to that. I don't have enough information and don't want to. I don't know it all. Sorry. But yeah, that's something we'll check out. But let me give you just a little bit of information really quick. Significantly lower testosterone levels are common in male patients with sickle cell disease and have been attributed to either abnormalities of the hypothalamo pituitary axis or primary testicular failure. So basically, you need some more testosterone. Obviously, I would recommend African fly, but there are definitely many other things that you can do to increase your testosterone. You definitely want to pay attention to all of the different methods. You want to get your exercise in, you want to get your sleep in, and you want to make sure that you're eating as much energy as possible. When I say energy, I'm talking about live fruits and vegetables. That'll definitely help with your condition. Alberto Colin. Hey, Uncle B, is meditation good for blood flow? Yeah. What it does, it relaxes your brain. And so, I mean, this is important. You may think like, if your brain isn't relaxed, that means you're not relaxed. You're stressed. And so what basically happens, you're going through the day dealing with stress. You look at a brain wave, it's just all over here, just up and down constantly. When you're doing meditation, it slows it down. It allows your body to relax, allows the blood to flow freely. And you actually think better. And that's one of the things that's very interesting about the human body is that the changes that come so naturally, you don't notice. I just saw a video of a man who is 95 and he works out daily. And he said, he started working out at like 78, something like that. And the reason why he started working out was because he had back problems and started working out every day. And by month 3, he was like, oh, I don't have any back problems. And I've experienced that myself in terms of like, there are things that I'm sitting there just trying to be healthier. And the next thing you know, is like, oh, that isn't a problem anymore. I didn't think about that. I used to wake up with aches. Don't wake up with aches anymore because I started doing the right things. And so, it'll be very gradual. You won't even notice. Okay. Oh, Harvey Weinstein. Is that your name for real, Harvey? All right. Uncle B, is a carnivore diet less detrimental to my long-term erection quality if I stick to grass-fed beef and organic eggs? Nope. um, you're not a carnivore. I don't mean to say it like that, sir. You're not a carnivore. Carnivores eat animals alive. You can't do that. I know Wikipedia says it. Doctors say it. It makes absolutely no sense. You look at an animal. How do they eat the food? While it is alive, they're tearing through flesh, through fur, getting to it. You cannot do it. You know, I have canines. You do not have canines. Have an argument with a dog about your canines. See who wins. A dog would tear through your flesh. You cannot tear through that dog's flesh. So what you're ended up doing with the so-called carnivore diet is actually a zombie diet. You're eating something that's dead. So eating death, yes, you can survive on it for a long time. I was eating 200 animals a month about 3 years ago now. And so yeah, you can do it and live, but you're going to end up with a whole bunch of issues. So whether it's grass fed, whether it's fed with, I don't know, it doesn't matter what, if it was born in the Himalayas and fed by Buddha himself, it's still, you still got to kill it and to eat it. And that's going to cause you problems in your body. No question. All right. Yeah, I understand that. I understand the whole thing with the meat. I was there. I was killing them. Ooh, I can't go to hell. Ain't nothing but chickens waiting for me. Is a penis pump bad for us, and does it help make it bigger? I've heard recently some newer information about penis pumps. Me personally, I'm saying be very careful with it. It's one of those things if you want to try it. But if you get nerve damage from using it incorrectly, or, you know, then it's nerve damage down there is problematic, period, because you're very sensitive down there. And, you know, when you have a nerve damage down there, it's like it's going to take a good long while for any level of repair to happen. OK. You're welcome, Mr. Hernandez. All right. Tyrone Brooks, is 582 a good testosterone number? Yeah, that's very good. I mean, a goal is like 800. You definitely don't want to be down by 300 or 400. Typically, when you're sitting there at 300 or 400, you're really on our scale of 1 to 10, sexual performance scale of 1 to 10. 10 meaning everything works. 1 meaning nothing works, and 5 is where most guys are. If you're at a 300 or 400, you're sitting there at that 5. So things can work and not work. You know, your erections are unreliable. So at 582, you're sitting there like a 7 or an 8. Closer to an 8. So things can be, you know, you can have an erection on demand. If you get to an 800 or above, you're talking about the possibilities of morning erections, spontaneous erections. You're a freaking teenager again. So, yeah, you want to do what you can to increase your testosterone as often as possible. Okay. Make sure I didn't mess up my mic here. All right. You're welcome there, Corey. Hey, thanks, Easy. Appreciate you. Jermaine Green, Uncle B, does African Fly have its own website? Absolutely, africanfly.com. We have a ton of information on there. We got videos, we got blogs. We call it a boutique site. It's a site that's the only thing we talk about is African Fly. We want to make sure it's a great product. We want to make sure you get as much information so you make the right decision. You're using it correctly. All right. Coolness. All right. Maurice, what about high cholesterol? It's not a good thing. So cholesterol is throughout your entire body. The issue with cholesterol, we talk about good cholesterol, bad cholesterol. Literally, you're almost just talking about dead cholesterol, live cholesterol. So what ends up happening is if you're eating a diet high in saturated fats and cholesterol, basically animal products, you're going to have more cholesterol, and it's not going to be good for you. Your body already produces cholesterol. You don't need to add to it. So cut down on the meat eating, and that will help lower your cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, and you'll be all to the good. All right. Let's see. Archie, can you do that song again? Oh man, beans, greens, tomatoes. You have to watch the video. I can't. I used to be a rapper. I used to be able to do stuff, spit off the top of the head, top of the dome. That's not as much anymore. Zacchaeus Wilson, you mentioned dark singing. I've been told to sing the song. I can't do it. Can't do it right now. You mentioned dark chocolate a couple of shows ago. Do you mean baker's chocolate or dark cocoa? You want the dark, is it bark or dark, bark or cocoa? You want the as dark as you can get it. Typically, what we're used to eating is the milk chocolate. And that's when they're adding other ingredients to chocolate. The dark chocolate, when it's not too sweet, is actually it's good for you. It is healthy for you. But once again, it's one of those things you don't want to go overboard with it, and you don't want the type that's just ridiculously sweet. Okay. Cool. Do we have any more questions, guys? We're coming to close to an hour. I want to make sure I get any more questions answered. Can I use African fly with working out? Oh, heck yeah. Oh, yeah. I do that all the time. Because it increases your testosterone level, it's going to give you that level of stamina. You'll be able to run longer, lift more. So, yeah, definitely use that. And the great thing is, like, even for my guys out there who are athletes, you could take African fly if they're looking for your hembe. In particular, you do want to be careful. Check with your everybody has different rules and stuff like that. So yeah, but definitely use it with your workout. All right. Let's see what else do we have here. Haven't seen African fly on Amazon, and you know what? We've been having some issues with Amazon selling out over the Christmas season. We have COVID, and Amazon sales went up like 600%, something crazy like that. So things that have been sending out through the mail, we've had problems getting stuff to Amazon. We're going to work it out. I'll tell you what, if you're having problems getting it from Amazon, of course, you can get it from us. You can go to the website. You can use the coupon code AF15. African Fly 15, AF15, to get a 15% discount. We'll make sure to get it as soon as possible. We're still sending in more paperwork. We're just chomping at the bits, waiting to get back on Amazon. Do you recommend taking zinc supplements to increase testosterone? Yeah, zinc does help. Obviously, it's better to get it from your leafy vegetables, but one of the things you want to be careful with zinc is not to overdo it. You want to make sure, that the milligrams that you're getting, and also you want to make sure that you're eating food with it, because those zinc, I've done it on an empty stomach and it was horrible. It just tore through my stomach. So be careful with that. All right. What is the best way to increase dopamine? Go for a run. Just enjoy life. That's what dopamine is all about. So, as you're doing that, your brain is going to release that dopamine. That's going to help with blood flow and all types of things. So, yeah. Can you deep breathe during sex? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna have to do I'll do, there is a deep breathing technique that I've used before, that I have to pull that back out of my memory to use, but it's incredible. We were both had our clothes on. I was laying on top of her, told her about the deep breathing technique, and she nearly had an orgasm. Actually, no, she did have an orgasm without any interaction other than I was just laying on top of her. So yeah, thanks for the reminder. I'm going to do that one. Kenneth, Mr. Brown, do you get headaches taking African fly? No, you shouldn't get a headache at all. If you do, stop. African fly is here to help. I'm not sure why you would get a headache while taking African fly. I haven't heard of anybody doing that, and I've been taking African fly for the past 21 years, 22 years actually. So never had a headache. So, I'm slightly different. I take aspirin, I get a headache. So, Mike Brown, not sure how to answer that. Okay. Is it okay to take African fly with sea moss and D3? Not sure what the D3 is, but with CMOS, yeah, I got some CMOS coming. We're actually going to be partnering. We're looking to partner with a company to provide you guys with CMOS. It's very powerful, has a ton of nutrients. So yeah, definitely. There are, the better you eat, the more, there's other herbs and supplements. We're actually going to be coming out with other herbs and supplements along with African Fly to make sure you guys have the full range. You have options to get to the best